Rostock needs a lot more goods to build up. Grain is the problem. How much do I want to build that up right now? Rostock, I think, takes priority right now. Because I can't have my people starve. Aalborg is also under siege, but it's not anywhere that I care about right now. Alright, Rostock, take what you need for your buildings, which is probably quite a bit. This is still enough to do some work over in Helsinki, so I'm okay with that. Although I think I'll top up in Aalborg anyway. Ripon once again doing its mooring fees, because it's just... it knows how to hurt me. And there we go. I have plenty of money during these days, though I do like the way that that comes flooding in. So what I'm doing is flooding the market once again, and yeah, this is what worries me. Not enough houses in Helsinki. Said nobody ever. It's amazing how quickly you can just drain your money away with this. So there we go, that's plenty of houses to build up, and along with that I want plenty of cheese factories. They cost 10 grand a pop, so I'm only looking to build 50 at most, I think. But the point is that they are needed. That's an interesting dairy formation. You're telling me that dairies can be built 2x4? I have been a fool for so long. This should have told me. Oh well. I guess a bit of I'm actually bummed out a bit by that. Oh well. It helps in the long run, so let's go with it. Inefficiency will be rife in Riga, though. 50 businesses should keep us going for now. Yeah, it's what a short-sighted fool would say, because I want to fire and forget these places. See if I can nudge this just a lot now. Ah, foolish of me. And it's already made, so that's not going to help. Yeah, it can't be helped. That should do us for a while though. 66 places and enough houses for quite some time. I will have to come back here, especially laden with clay because they're short on thousands of it. But that's Wildcard Thagnus's job. Maybe he can stop over by Boston and pick up plenty of what they're making. Also, there's a pirate hideout that I need to track down and destroy. And fortunately, they've got just the ducats for me. Jake, I'm playing as Golden Horde, did the achievement, now I want to try forming one. My question is, how do I culture shift to Altaic? Do I culture change everything? Maybe a YouTube series where you do something that I can watch thanks in advance. I mean, one way to do it is just to destate a lot of your own culture land and only have the Altaic stuff stated. Sure, that's going to be expensive on admin, but just view it as migrating. I don't do many how-to videos. Suppose I could, but not all that interested. Wow, they robbed my spices. The bastards. And don't think I didn't see that. This treasure is gonna be mine. Sadly, I still don't know whose it is or where or what. Tell you, the DDR blind is bringing back cartloads each time, which is making me pretty happy. Convoy looks pretty good to me. Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong then. Just get everyone repaired while we're there, why not? Mooring fee does bad things to me, but it's not all too shabby. Boston is probably going to starve soon. They have cheese and the tiniest sliver of meat. The grain train just is not flowing as much as I need it to. I fear a lot of that is because Edinburgh is just gobbling it up. So Rostock, I really need you to be producing that grain on the double. We have the grain farms up and running, and I think that's a much higher priority than our weavers. So I'm going to force a lot of people into working there. Wow, it was pretty amazing how that worked out. Good. That's another 168 grain per day that's going to flow. And I don't think Rostock actually has any kind of grain train yet. Oh, it will. Jake, treasure map under Bornholm. Say it ain't so. Have I got an auto fleet around here? Well spotted. I almost never see these things. I hate to think how many of these I have passed by. Okay. So when it comes to Helsinki, I have dealt with the cheese. I have dealt with the houses. I still think they need more. I mean, okay, no, they got the goods they need, which is excellent. Very excellent. They produce cheese and they have some grain at least, so no starvation here, hombre. But Haarlem still usually doesn't have enough hemp as far as I'm concerned. I want to see hemp and wheat bursting from here. Everything else is looking so-so. Rostock's supply of cloth is just so so plentiful. I'm wondering if I have one of these that isn't actually working. Not as far as I can see. I don't mind quite a few of these having shut down because they are they're just relays and I can reactivate them later. If anything, it's kind of good that they stay off for a wee bit. What is going on? Oslo is something I still wanted to work up, but only when I had plenty of salt coming in. Then again, Oslo itself does salt, so that's an idea. Doesn't do wood though, so it would need plenty of that. Alright, Wildcard Thagnus still needs to pick me up some goodies to build up Helsinki with, I guess. And that grain has got to flow. Extra sugar's not working hard enough. What else is new? There we go. I mean, there's grain there, but Rostock, you've really got to pick up that grain production. It's kind of tempting to build even more grain farms just to have something for these people to do, because I am facing an acute shortage of grain right now. I'm sold on that. Besides, this is a good place to actually have my grain come in from. What is that? Don't like needing a bloomin' set of set squares just to get this thing to work. Let the grain flow. What was Wild Carthagnus even doing? Probably heading over to Alberg. I don't want starvation over there, so I'm actually going to abduct some of that grain and bring it over, because Boston is so hungry. Scarborough is so hungry. I don't like doing micro like this, but starvation is the worst. You do not want it. So there we go. Keep your people fed, at least for a little while. 10-day demand for grain there is only 91, so that should see us through a little bit here. Keep on eating, champs. Yeah, it's fine that all that keeps on moving. Alright, but the money is flowing in, and as long as that food keeps flowing, then there's no great problem when it comes to distribution of it. Good. Very good. Now, by now Rostock should have quite a bit of grain built up. I think a lot of the grain is coming away from the loop for grain around here that still touches by Rostock. But the desire is for them to produce so much grain that we don't have to worry about that. They can certainly cut down on this. I really don't need much cloth at all. But I need grain. I need tons of grain. I'm wondering, do I not have a Rostock to Alberg cloth brigade? Oops. Rostock to Alberg cloth Dali. Now you're still active. You don't work enough, but you're active. So we do have a little bit of cloth going into Alberg. That's fine. Jake, I never played this game. Is there enemy AI? What's the goal of the game? Make loads of money. It's pretty simplistic in that sense. Alright, Helsinki could stand to be that bit bigger. I think I could people move here, and then I'd get the cheese flowing that bit better, because cheese I would also like to see a glut of over here. I am not going to be having any problems with overproduction. Seldom do. Overproduction is not a problem, it is an opportunity. Then again, I'm not too unhappy with underproduction, provided it's not out, not of one of the staples like food. Food you can't really go wrong with overproducing. Haarlem's still looking good. Hell, they're in prosperity despite having a drought. It's nice that it doesn't tell you what a drought means. Okay. Still never enough hemp here. Well, that will be sorted in due time, but for now I need people. So as always, we're going to cut down on the smokehouses, and I'm going to abduct these people. Come with me if you want to work. Now where are they going to go? Well, Helsinki, of course. There was something else I wanted to do though. Oh, I bet I haven't been researching for a while. Riga University, tell me what's up. Oh, I'm working on the river cog. That's good. That's very good. Rippen's just harvesting money from me. It's almost disgusting. Speaking of harvesting money though, I can go to places like Haarlem and just say, by the way, that money, it belongs to me. Just in case any wannabe princes decide to attack. Speaking of, he's unhappy. Is there anyone who's at least vaguely happy that I can start working on? No, no, no. North Kingdom, yes. That would get me Stavanger. Pomerania, heavens yes. I don't even know what I could be doing with that. Pomerania is the likes of Danzig, right? Yes, because wait, what? This game has a funny idea of when it wants to update these numbers. In any case, he wants money from us. I think, though, he also has another city for us. As far as I can tell, cities I'm missing are... Well, not that I'm checking anything here. Aarhus, which is right here-ish. Kungsberg, which is here. Stavanger, which is somewhere here. And Flensburg. I don't know where Flensburg is. I don't know at all. I don't think the Englishman has anything really for us that he can offer right now. But that's okay. When do they ever? We're pretty fine on number of buildings in Edinburgh, which is nice. Just want to make sure that housing occupancy is okay, right. Upswing going on here. Wealth in Rostock? Hot damn, my kind of place. I mean, I have been, don't want to toot my own horn, but I've been doing a lot for these guys. Flensburg is close left to Lübeck. What, here? And I guess it does come in a bit. Stockholm is short on grain. Okay, so the grain train over to the east is insufficient, is what you're telling me. I'm not sure if that's because the train itself is insufficient, or I just don't have enough in Aalborg. But Rostock is finally kicking up grain production into high gear. So I should be able to grab, say, a Hanseatic cog from Riga. How much grain will we produce in Rostock now? Tons of it, 245 per day. Let's say 250 a day. Let's grab our Hanseatic cog. And we want this to happen. Now it only takes 4 days, that's good news for us. In Rostock you pick up that grain. And in Aalborg you unload all that grain. You don't pick up a damn thing. Nice and simple, but it takes 4 days, so that's about 1,000 capacity that I need. What luck, you're 1,000 capacity. I am a little curious of you though. Rostock to Aalborg, grain. Ross to Aal, grain, and what names do we have coming in? Unsinkable. I sure hope so. Now get on with it. I could have you as a Carvel, but that would probably be a waste of space for now. Alright, get to work. That's good to know that we'll get an extra 1,000 grain in here every 4 days. Also, how good are you? You're not a very good captain, but you will get very good. The question remains, how is the grain train over to the east? Grain center, grain west, grain west, grain east. You come out of Riga with tons, and then you go to Stockholm and... oh, you got pirated, didn't you? It's funny that they would hit exactly the one that I was looking at there. Where are those pirateering? Man, they just have this way of disappearing, don't they? Why are you so short on grain? I mean, I should have just dumped a whole lot there. Usain Bolt, what are you doing? Danzig, Riga, Revel, Helsinki, Stockholm, Visby. I mean, from the way I see it, you should have just dumped everything we had in Stockholm, so why not? Oh well, this will probably be a big part of it. I thought I hired administrators everywhere. I guess I was wrong. So I need one here. And in Visby. Okay, so it's just Visby and Stockholm then. Okay. And there's our pirateering piece of work. Alright, that's good. Good to know the grain train is fine over here. I'm going to go to Riga's counting house then. I'm also going to save before I do this because we've been known to crash in the counting house administrator menu. load that. Or rather, save that and load it here. Can't think of many things I'd have to change. What do we produce in Visby? You need to keep some wood on you, otherwise you're good. There's the wood. And where's the otherwise you're good? Yeah, that's good. Stockholm as well. No starving on my watch here. You need to keep lots of salt and honey here. Lots of salt and lots of honey. Great! Now they won't be starving anymore. Famous last words, I'm sure. Okay, I don't know who this Ragenbert man is, but he's gonna die. Alright, if I just sail quite right here, I'm sure I can manually pulverize these guys. Crunch and crunch. Great. It's always nice to have warehouses to dump your things into, and just throw the Krayer away. And the large shipyard isn't made yet because they need more goodies here. Well, sucks to be them. Alright, good. Glad that's dealt with. Aalborg should be flooding with grain and hemp. Excellent. It's the hemp that I've really been wanting. That should finally keep Haarlem supplied with hemp, but you can't be too sure about that. I was expecting goods, but I'll take money any day. So Helsinki, when it comes to houses, they got quite a few. They could always do with more. They got dairies. Again, could always do with more. Really, it's the population that stinks here, which is why People Mover was on the case. Finally just going to dump these people and double the population of Helsinki. It's a real hodgepodge of cultures around here. Get yourselves back to Haarlem, and Helsinki can finally contribute to the production of cheese in the world. And supposedly clothing, but we both know that's not going to happen. Short on goods yet again. Didn't I have wildcard Thagnus ready for this? Still lacking in wood and clay here. Scarborough is meant to be producing wood, but it just doesn't have the population to get it done heavily. And I want it done heavily. But I mean, this is what Haarlem is there for. It produces a lot of stuff, but its prime export is people. Dutch people, unfortunately, but in this world we can't all be picky. Oh yeah, how do you know you're in Britain? You hear the bagpipes. Thanks, game. So this is what happens when you try to delete houses after you've made a block. The block remains, and there's very little you can do about it, which is to say there is nothing you can do about it. Just accept that you've lost that space. That pretty much doubles up that, so plenty enough for a high population, and actually plenty of houses as well, so we're okay here. That's what I could say, but you always need more houses, right? Just want to keep my cities safe from AI invasions. And doing so is always so nice and simple. Just keep that housing occupancy below 60%, and nobody's finances get hurt. No one we care about, at least. Okay, I don't know what to make of this. I still don't know what to make of this. Well, it's a thing, right? Good enough. Huge shortage of materials, but that's okay as long as the businesses get made first. What else is there? People mover is on the way. And then I was still debating wildcard Thagnus there. I need Scarborough filled with more people so we can get more wood. Otherwise I don't think anywhere is bursting with goods. Edinburgh's lacking grain, it seems, unless I built something else here. Ah. I built you guys up so that I could offset quite a lot of... Okay, grain and metal is lacking here. Grain should never really be lacking here again, so I probably need another grain train set up. Which is fine. I mean, these people are set to hold on to tons of grain because it's such a big lot there. Fortunately, I have the might of the Carvel right here. And I need to consult with my grain trains. I mean, that's a huge boat, huge capacity. You'd think it would get plenty done over there. But it's going towards Groningen and it has no grain whatsoever. So yeah, we need that grain to flow. Grain from Aalborg, number 5. What name do we have? Thought I used the Titanic, so I'll go and open another T, and that is taxation. I should probably start scoring these off as well. Pretty sure we've done a boat time. I swear we've done Titanic. And the unsinkable, so score right through. And I don't even need a new trade route, I just need to load an existing one. But I want to make sure I have the correct one saved. So if I go to Usain Bolt, is the wrong one. The Wombat, however, you have Grain West. And I'm sure it works fine. I'm not even going to double checks, because that would mean that I don't believe in the checks that I did before. Who believes in the checks anyway? So Grain West, I just want you to do that. I want you to be active. Starts in Aalborg and takes all the grain, as well it should. Now the Carvel is pretty damn fast. I don't see any need to slow it down with a Hanseatic cog. I'll get to it. And also leave me wondering how our hemp guy is doing. Because that should be enough hemp to flow as well. I don't have enough metal coming in, but as Helsinki grows, I should get plenty of metal and cheese going into the center, which is ideal for me. Ripping in their mooring fees, cutting into my money so hard. It's getting real tiring to send these expeditionaries off all the time. You know, they've got a great captains here. And it does make me a chunk of money, but really not a significant chunk of money. Maybe 100,000 each time I bring him back. Is that reasonable? 200,000? Okay, no, they bring in quite a lot of money actually. Never mind my ramblings. Get back out there, DDR blind. Boston worrying me right now by having no grain again. But thankfully the grain train is on the move once more, and they've run out of grain just getting to Edinburgh, who is already complaining about lack of grain. Okay, I'm wondering if wildcard Thagnus needs to get on this. Just abduct grain from here. Or from wherever has it. Rostock's got plenty of grain. Because I need to do some healing touch here. Eat grain. Have grain. Drink Pepsi. No, wrong game. Still, lack of metal and lack of metal goods. And this is good and bad.